All right, people, welcome back to the channel, and I'm in a good mood for once. Especially after the beatdown we had a couple days ago. Uh, we had probably what I would call the best performance of the season today. We beat Las Palmas 4-1. Very good game. The first minute the game started as bad as you can think that it could happen. Las Palmas scored a goal through Fabio Silva, the Portuguese kid that will sign for ridiculous money, and of course Lucas Vasquez, of course. On the funny thing about that goal is that you can literally see him checking to see if the guy is coming. He sees the guy coming, but he doesn't properly mark him, and of course, the kid Fabio Silva scores a goal. But outside of that, we basically dominated them. We had 61% possession today, 5.81 expected goals. Total shots was 26, and we created nine big chances. So, like I said, we basically dominated them from basically that moment on. And there's a couple players I want to talk about today, and we'll just go about it like that. The first thing is, well, we had a different starting lineup today because one, Chilmany got injured, and Rod, and then Vinny is suspended because of his red card that he had. So right now it's basically so we put Rodrigo at left wing, his natural position, and then we had a midfield of Fede, Ceballos, and Bellingham, and that midfield worked perfectly. It's the perfect amount of running power, but they have the balance in Ceballos, who knows how to control the tempo and stuff like that. And then you have Jude, of course, who's the all action midfielder. So, and that's something that I'm very interested to see how we go about it forward because right now, Ceballos, he's playing flawlessly. In terms of somebody that can replace Tony Cruz, I'm not saying he's Tony Cruz in any way or whatsoever, but his play style, it's not even the play style. It's just being able to control the tempo, and he's very good at that. And his defensive work rate today was magnificent. He was intercepting blocks and everything. I kind of want to see how many. Let's just go through his stats real quick. He was man of the match. No, he completed the most passes in the match, 73. He had the most tackles. He won the most duels, 12 duels won. Accurate passing, 73 for 79. So just a couple misplaced passes. He created three chances. 101 touches. Man, that's ridiculous. He won five tackles, one block, 10 recoveries, six interceptions. Uh, yeah, he was insane today. And then he won three fouls also, and he didn't commit any fouls. So credit to him, bro. Very good performance by him. Like I said, he's been playing very well recently, and I think I don't know if he's the. I think Chilmany can be that player for us, but I don't know if Chilmany is necessarily ready, and it'll be very interesting to see how Carlo goes about playing with his midfield. And then the other player, there's two more important players that we got to talk about, and then we just got gonna go through everybody else. Rodrigo, very good game from him. Very good game from him today. Him and Ceballos, I would give them 10 out of 10s in my rating. They were genuinely very good today. And Rodrigo, something about him on the left, bro. I know we missed out on Neymar a couple years ago when he went to Barca, but in terms of like playing style and just Rodrigo reminds me of Neymar so much. And I think there's a reason why you always see Neymar praising him and stuff like that. And I think he sees a lot of himself in Rodrigo, and I definitely see it. Today he got an assist and a goal, and he won a penalty. So that should tell you how active he was. He every time he got the chance, he was attacking and attacking. I think he could have, and then he was putting some good crosses in from the free kicks that we won. And if it was for like a couple offsides, the scoreline would look a lot worse for Las Palmas, and a lot of it would be because of him. And then the third player that we gotta talk about, of course, is Kylian Mbappe. Now, if you've been familiar with this channel, you've heard me say some very not nice things about Mbappe, simply because this guy had a lot of expectations about on him when he came here. We've been chasing him for a while, and he was performing to a level that we needed him to. Against Barcelona, he was offside to like 7 times, and that was just unacceptable for a player of his caliber. But I feel like ever since we went to Qatar for the Club World Cup or whatever that tournament is called now, he's been playing at an insane level. 2 goals today, could have had a hat trick. Uh, but there was an offside goal, and then even then, this guy was just he was still feeding his teammates. He wasn't being too greedy, which is something that I like to see. But him and Jude did kind of get in each other's ways a little bit. But I'm not mad at that, especially when you're winning by that much. If we're not winning and we're chasing a goal, then I get it. But yeah, Brahim Diaz, another player that could have had a brace today, missed a wide open sitter in like the first 10 minutes of the game, but he made it up for it later on in the game with a goal. Fede Valverde, as always, could have had a goal today, but there was an offside in his situation. And he scored another banger. That would have been another banger. And he did it so effort with zero effort, and it was just good to see from him keeping up with his performances. Fran Garcia, I'm telling you, this kid, bro. Imagine we had a tall striker, bro. This kid would be averaging 10 assists, bro, because his crosses are genuinely so good. The only time the only thing with Fran Garcia is, can he be a good enough defender? If he can do that, bro, then you have your Marcelo replacement, because he's good going forward. He can tuck in the middle if you want, and his crossing ability is probably one of the best in the squads. And I never complained much about him. Anything when it comes to going forward, it's just defensively sometimes he's not always locked in, and outside of that, I like what I see from him. And for the first time, I feel like this season, we saw Rudiger get what's it called, get some rest towards the end of the game, and that was because of what certain play was back. But we'll touch on that a little bit later. Asensio, brilliant game from him today. Created one of the goals that we scored came from him, just beating their press and just going down the byline, and then passing the ball to the midfield, and then from there the midfield did the rest, and it was brilliant by him. And I'm pretty sure that goal was assisted. That the goal that I'm talking about is from Lucas Vasquez, who assisted it. So even out, like, I'm not saying that he's still not a liability, but going forward today, he is very good in my opinion. Even put a decent cross in from the corner kick. But outside of the one goal that he gave up today, he didn't do too bad. So that's a very good accomplishment from him. If he can continue to just play like he played today, just make sure you check over his shoulder, and I think we'll be all right. And that's why it was so important to put a natural center back next to him, because that center back is able to cover him for him properly. And sure, many wasn't able to do that, and then also handle his duties. And that's allowed for you to put on one player. But when you have a center back, a natural center back playing next to him, it just works out perfectly. So credit to, like I said, best performance of the season. I know Courtois has a 6.8 rating, but the goal, not really much you can do when your defender isn't marking his player properly. Even Carlo, I thought he took a little bit too long with the subs, but I did like the subs that he made. We saw Lorenzo, the right back, come on. We saw Chema, the DM that we have, come on. And then I would have liked to see Jude and Mbappe come off at some point, because we do have a Champions League game coming up. But I also get it why he left them on. Outside of that, and we also saw some Arda Güler minutes also. So outside of not just bringing those guys on earlier, I thought the game was well managed. At the end of the day, it is Las Palmas. It's not like we're playing Barcelona or whatever. Mid-table teams, I have zero I have all the confidence in us to take care of business, and that's what we did today. Like I said, brilliant performance. Kylian Mbappe, of course, man of the match. But if you wanted to give to Rodrigo or Ceballos today, I wouldn't care. And Ceballos, I have to say this, he performed like Pedri does usually for Barcelona. The way he moves and everything that he does, very similar. But yeah, like I said, I guess we should just give guys some ratings. Let me see if I'll just go based off of these guys, and if I disagree with somebody, then we'll go off of that. Frank Garcia 8.3. I like that. Rodrigo 9.0. I'll give him a 10. Outside that, 7.2 for Fede. I'll give him a 8. 7.1 for Rudiger. I thought he did his job. 8.2 for Jude. I like that. 9.4 for Mbappe. I like that. 8.4 for Brahim. I might give him an 8 just because he missed that sitter in the first half. Ceballos, I'll give a 10. Lucas, I'll give. I don't know if I can give him an 8 because of that goal. We would have kept a clean sheet and that would have been better for us. But outside of that, very good from us. So I'll give him 7.5. And Asensio, I'll give a 8. The manager, I'll give an 8 also. Those are my player ratings. Like and subscribe like always. Without TikTok right now, I'm probably gonna be more active on YouTube. So if you guys like the video, please drop a like. Please drop subscription, which is free by the way. And I don't care if you put the bell on or not. Just yeah. Thank you for the support. Like always. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and God bless you.